Right, Pride of London. London is blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the middle, let's see, let's go. What's that? Have it right, Middles FC. Gaffer, you got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
So have it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in tonight. I hope everyone is doing well, winning, all that jazz. First and foremost, guys, I want you all to smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't smashed the like button, smash it right now. We've got the subscribe button as well. Make sure you do subscribe to Minerals FC. We're very close to the 7K. Let's have it right. And we're going to go up and up and up. Let's go. And we've got the notification bell, ding dong, all that jazz. Make sure you do hit that notification bell so you do know when we go live on the Minerals FC, in case you're not on the old toxic social media platforms. Let's have it right. And also we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and down below in the description. Let's go. So guys, first and foremost, let's see who's in here. I know we're going to have all the Minerals FC Ultras, the regulars, bruv, the landers, the generals themselves in the chat. We got Leo in here. Big up to Leo. Big up to Bartek Minerals. Big up to Stuart G. Big up to Johnny, Metalface Do, Mixed Minerals, Medina, Dale R. Warner's in here, Chelsea Blue and Blue, Quino, big up to Quino. Big up to Cameron, Dino, my geezer. Big up to Raul. Big up to Jamie, my member. Love to see you, geezer. Francis Winner's in here. We got Mickey Droy Boy. We got Cassidy. We got Nick Smith. Come on, he says Jailbait FC. Jailbait. We know why. We know why it's Jailbait FC. Let's have it right. Free the Caicedo, bruv. Free him from the Brighton Seagull FC Merchants Penitentiary. Let's get him out, bruv. We got the toothpick, carrot eating Winstanley and Stuart. Stuart what? Yeah, Stuart Little. There he is. We got him there. And they're not doing anything to get him out. In fact, we're putting him in the Brighton FC Penitentiary because at the moment it's an absolute shit show. Let's have it right. So who else we got in here? We got Robert Thompson in here. Toppins, my geezer. He says, big up Johnny. Rumour has it that Bowley and Co have put in a bid for Brighton's team bus. We can't get enough of these seagull wrong'uns up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised, bruv. Maybe he's taking the tea lady as well. Who knows? Who knows? All will be revealed. We got, who else in here? Sacre Bleu is in here. I said that quite well. Let's have it right. Sacre Bleu. Sacre Bleu. Let's have it right. We got Jamie. Come on, Jamie. Big up to CFC fan. Krishna Devils in here. We've got Steve Norfolk. Big up to Steve. Hope you're doing well, my geezer. My member as well. Ultra. We got Liam in here. We got Daryl. Who else? Bobby Fairview. Big up to Bobby, my member as well. Hope you're doing well, Bobby. Big up, Johnny. You have our support. These PlayStation fans need to wake the fuck up. Let's have it right. Not wrong. Quino lands it. Says land it, Johnny. When do we not land it, Quino? When do we not land it? British Patriot, my member as well. Big up to Johnny. Hope life's treating you well, geezer. Up the Minerals FC, up the Chelsea. It's treating me all right, bruv. It's treating me all right. Big up to RJM, Chelsea Redskin. He says, big up, Johnny. Up the Minerals FC, landing jumbo jets 24/7. Let's have it right. Big up the Cursor. Big up the Cursor in the house as well. Boom. You know. Who else in here, bruv? We got James Jelly as well. We got Mars in here. Mo's in here, sorry. Vlahovic to Chelsea. Oh, really? Stuart. We got Replays 96. Young Brothers in here. Deckers. Sack. Gabe. Big up to Gabe. Chelsea Alarat, my member. Big up to you, geezer. Big up to AJ. JP the dog. Who else in here, bruv? Big up to Philip as well. I know Philip's in here, bruv. Make sure you do get in the chat, guys. Let me know you're in the chat. Who else in here? Lewis CFC. Big up to you, geezer. Big up to A. Let's get into it. Jamie says Poch is different animal to Potter. That's why he's speaking out and now going with the motions like a yes man. He will only tolerate so much. Let's have it right. Great Super Minerals landed there. He is a different animal together, Pochettino. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm hearing. I like his attitude. I like his demeanor. There's nothing not to really like about him. So far, he's ticking all the boxes. Let's have it right. But as the title says, the Gaffer speaks out again. And we need to back the Gaffer. It's as simple as that. Back him or jog on. It's as simple as that. So I agree with that. And at the same time, there is a bit of a yes man element to this. And I think he knows that. But it's a give and take relationship. Let's have it right. You got to feed him, man. You got to give him the tools. If you don't give him the tools, then how do you expect him to learn the minerals on the pitch and bring us success consistently? You need to give him the backing that he needs, and he's not getting that backing enough. Let's have it right, and we will go into that on tonight's show as to why he's not being backed properly and what the Gaffer is actually asking for. And we're going to dissect a lot of things that he said as well. Let's have it right. Who else in here, bruv? Immortal Technique, big up Immortal Technique. Big up to let's keep going through. Kyle's in here. Big up Stresses, big up Johnny. Barry Evans FC, let's have it right. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Come on, let's have it right. We are gonna land the minerals and we're gonna do it in every way, bruv. Every way. Correction, unlike a yes man. Yeah, well, I think there is an element of yes man in there, and people are sort of like turning a blind eye to it. But I see what you're saying, Jamie. I see where you're going with it, Peter. Big up to you. And we will delve into that. Don't you worry about it. Big up to Chip Khalifa, bruv. Says big up Johnny. What a gear. Listen. Minerals FC, bruv. Let's go. Metal Face Dude says Poch is at the wheel, blood. Yeah, well, listen, he is at the wheel. We know this. So first and foremost, guys, the Premier League Series champions. Premier League Series champions. Not Premier League champions, Premier League Series champions. Let's have it right. But every trophy matters. Big up to the Gaffer himself. He's landed a trophy already. Let's have it right. More than Spursy, is it? In fact, it's more than Arsenal at the minute. Arsenal have won nothing. They won nothing. What they won? With Lego Head Merchant. Come on, in the last, 5 years, bruv? What are we doing here? Gaffer's been here not even 5 minutes in July. And he's landed a trophy already. Elite minerals, elite winning mentality. Let's have it right, bruv. It's a trophy. Every trophy matters. And then we're going to be shameless with it because that's what we are, bruv. We don't give a shit. It's another trophy going in the cabinet. Do you know what I mean? Let's have it right. Winning a trophy is about what it represents. If it's not like anything meaningful, it's still a trophy. Still, you've gone out there, you've competed with true mentality. You've gone out there and treated it like it is an important trophy, and you've gone and won it, bruv. And that's all that matters. What, you want to go to pre-season, play for a trophy and not win that trophy? I mean, that's bullshit. What's that? Nah, none of that. We go in there, we went in there with Gaffer. Gaffer's laid out the team. Every single game, it's had its own entity, its own kind of story, if you like, with every single game we've played, positives and negatives in each one. But the bottom line is this, yeah? The bottom line is this. What's the aim of the game? The aim of the game is to win. And Pochettino's won a trophy and he's won games. He's only drawn against Newcastle. Every other game he's won in pre-season. And we've won pretty comfortably. Let's have it right. So, at the end of the day, yeah, a trophy's a trophy and I'm all for it, bruv. We got Jackson. Jackson got player of the tournament. Let's have it right. And he's on form. He didn't get a goal or assist yesterday, but he's on form. And he was player of the tournament. That was what was broadcasted. So fair play to Jackson. We're still waiting to see what happens. My attitude, the way I look upon everything stays the same. The proof's in the Premier League. You know, this is great. This is nice. It's nice to win a trophy. I'm happy for the Gaffer. I'm happy for the players. Gives them a little taste. Gives them a little bit of confidence and belief. They've gone in unbeaten. Let's have it right. So they haven't lost any games. But the bottom line is this. It's all down to Liverpool and so on. Down the Premier League. Because let's have it right. We're not in Europe. We've got all our attention on the Premier League, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup. And to try and get top four. Now, this is a good start. It's a nice foundation. But for me, all the credit goes to Pochettino, bro. All the credit is the Gaffer. Because the Gaffer himself has earned a lot of respect from me, to be honest. I'm sure for you lot, he's as James says, he's a different animal to Jellyfish Potter. He's not, a toothpick. He's built and he's ready, and he's earned stripes, but he's not elite in my book, but he's got the potential to be elite. And I like everything I've seen from the Gaffer. And I think we have to applaud him for working miracles, really, in the sense that he's had no time with his squad. He's got a lot of new players and a lot of young kids. And yet he's still managed to implement his style, his way of playing, in a short space of time against Wrexham. Is Wrexham, do you know what I mean? Division 2. But then we've played Brighton, we've played Newcastle, we now played Fulham, we're going to play Dortmund. So you've got to look at the opposition we're playing. I think Newcastle was the strongest, then you go Brighton, then you go Fulham, and then you go Wrexham. And he's managed to get the results without what? Without the one profile position that we are crying out for in a defensive midfielder, without really an elite goalkeeper, without even having like a recognised striker, without having a midfield. Do you know what I mean? Let's have it right. He's using Santos, who's a kid. He's using Caicedo, who's a kid. He's using Gallagher, who may still go, and looks like he will go. He's using Humphreys at the back. He's got Maatsen, who he loves, and we know we love Maatsen. I think he's so versatile, and he's got to be a player that's part of the plans. He still hasn't played left back. He still hasn't played his position, yet he's balled out. For me, I think he's one of the player of the tournaments, personally. I think he's been exceptional. So, yes, Jackson gets it because he's got goals, assists, but Maatsen's got 2 goals, 3 assists, bruv. Let's have it right. I think he's right up there. If anything, I'm giving it to him. But that's because, I think the fact that he's played different positions is where he cuts the mustard a little bit, separates him from the rest of the team at the minute. So let's have it right. The Gaffer himself has performed and he's landed it. And what I am loving, what I am seeing is tactics. I'm seeing the way he commands the players in those little intervals. You hear him speak, you hear him identifying the issues in the game, his in-game management, he's alert, He gives direction and leadership. It's very important. We've lacked that since Tommy T left the football club. Let's have it right. We haven't had that. He's still learning these groups of players. He's still assessing these players. And while he's assessing all these players, making 8-9 changes, he's still winning games. That's where you applaud the gaffer. Because a lot of gaffers, they can make lots of changes. They can do a lot of experimentation, but they might not end up winning games. And it affects. So he's got to balance the gaffer from winning games, but also for his own mindset to understand who's fit, who's ready, who's not ready, who's going to go on loan, who's going to be sold, who he definitely wants to keep, what system is he going to play. He's got Liverpool in the back of his mind. He hasn't let the players know, give him any indication, oh, yeah, you're definitely starting. He's set the narrative and the tone that it doesn't matter how much you cost, what you earn, what your status is. None of that matters. What matters is how you perform for me in training and how you perform in games. And if you perform, you get a play, bro. And that is the difference. That is the mentality. So no one is safe. Poch ain't holding no prisoners, and I like that mentality. That's exactly how it should be, and it is right now, bro. It is right now. So let's quickly run through. AJ says Twitter called out fraud Fabrizio lies today. The Twitter, the machine, the beast that it is, bruv. Well, let's do that, shall we? Shall we do that? Let's do that right now. So, as you brought it up, AJ will bring it up, and compliments from myself. Compliments from myself. Let's have it right. That's what we're gonna do. So we'll get straight into it. And here we are. Take a look, you little FIFA Twitter virgins, you little FIFA merchants, all you lot that worship this guy, the guy that gives bangers and mash waffle. He's a tapping merchant. The guy can't even do tappings no more. He's top bins now. He's top bins, and the top bins are going high, rocketing into the stands, bruv. You know what I mean? Out of the ground. What's he said here? He said exclusive, Joshua Guardiola to Manchester City. Here we go. Agreement reached on the fee between City and Leipzig. It's a here we go, guys. And then obviously it says here there's no agreement between the clubs, with RB Leipzig sporting director saying currently we're still very far apart. Furthermore, Guardiola has not yet completed any part of his medical, because obviously Fabrizio said that the medical was done, yeah, or there was a 2-part medical. Well, he's in the mud, isn't he? He's in the mud, and he deserves to be in the mud, because let's have it right. Along with Mason Mount, along with a lot of the other transfer rumours with Koundé, this guy has been fraudulent, and this is the problem. When you stretch out too far outside the box and you're not tapping anymore, it's a problem for you. And right now, it's a big L right now. Now, is Guardiola going to sign for Manchester City? Are Manchester City going to pay what they want? This is all what's going to happen. But the fact of the matter is, it's in black and white. Tweet it out. It's a fucking what? It's a here we go. It's a here we go. You can all see it there. Here we go is meant to be the gospel truth for Fabrizio Romano. Here we go is the one thing. When he says that, it's a done deal. It's clearly not a done deal. You jumped the gun, and now you have to accept the consequences. You fraudulent brown envelope. Let's have it right. So big up to AJ there. Jamie says we are seeing patterns of play, a flow and fitness. We could not put simple passes together last season. It also helps that poisonous players have left. Now, this is true. We are seeing patterns of play. There's a lot of flow. There's a rhythm. There's fitness. The players are very sharp. They're making right decisions. Not all the time. Let's have it right. But in moments, they seem to be defensively holding their own. We're not conceding stupid goals, although Brighton game was a little bit stupid. But you know, you're going to get that. Pre-season is about fitness. It's about mentality. It's about understanding the way the gaffer wants to play and learning these things. But the bottom part of what to your soup minerals here is compared to last season. Now, last season, there's context to that. You got 4 gaffers. You got a lot of instability. You got, like I say, medical teams sacked. groundsman sacked, scout sacked, directors sacked, gaffers sacked, wrong gaffers brought in, wrong backroom staff, meddling in the dressing room, in and out of training Cobham background. It's just... you're never going to get patterns of play. You're never going to get consistency. You're never going to get all the things you just mentioned, and that we are seeing under Pochettino because of all those reasons. And that's a fact. So the fact is, yes, we are starting to see improvement now. Someone's put Ornstein Dagger in the chat. I don't know what that is. I'm blocked for the geezer, so I haven't got a clue what's going on. All right. Davix put it out. Chelsea have agreed a new 6-year contract with Levi Carwill. Deal has yet to be signed, but is now in place and commits 20-year-old left side centre back to Stamford Bridge until at least 2029. Okay. That's a 6-year deal, guys. That's a 6-year deal, maybe 5 + 1. But what's the money? We want to know. We want to know how much it is. But listen, it's great news. Brighton, you Seagull FC merchants, suck on that. You ain't getting Carwill, and you will give us Caicedo. You have to give us Caicedo because the poor geezer wants to leave. But let's have it right. We're not paying 100 million. It's just bullshit. No one's paying that. Why should we pay that? It's just extortion. But at the end of the day, my perspective is it's not my money. Give the gaffer what he wants. Go and pay the money and get Caicedo. It's as simple as that. What else are you going to go for? Who else are you going for? What other DM? What other DM are you going to bring? Name me him, because there's hardly any out there now. Oh, hold on a minute. Tchouameni. Why didn't you go and get me Tchouameni? Go and get me Tchouameni. If you're not going to spend 100 million on Caicedo, go and get Tchouameni. You can't get Tchouameni. Tchouameni wants big wages. What you going to do about it? You can't do nothing about it. Ted Lasso, Siri Merchant, Barley Bub. Do you know what I mean? This is the way it's going. This is the way it's going. You know what I mean? If I'm going to pay 100 million, I'm taking Tchouameni over Caicedo any day of the week. Any day of the week, I'm taking him over Caicedo, bro. All right? People need to understand that. Yeah? Tchouameni is different gravy, and he's got elite experience now. He's playing at Real Madrid. He's won. He didn't win the Champions League. I thought he won the Champions League. He didn't win the Champions League. He came and won the Super Cup and Club World Cup. He's played for Monaco. He's a fantastic player. But let's have it right. When you have Kroos and you have Mudryk and you got Camavinga, you know, it's competition. That's healthy. But now they've got Bellingham now as well. So what's the deal? Maybe if we buy Tchouameni, that opens the door for Mbappe to come to go to them, and we get Tchouameni. Let's have it right. I'd get both of them. Listen, we were told. Listen, correct me if I'm wrong. We were told Ted Lasso, Bowling, Siri Merchant, loaded money bags, Clear Lake, Saudi investment. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? Go and get me Tchouameni. Go and get me Caicedo. Go and blow your 300 million. Yeah? Go and blow your 300 million. Instead of buying all these fucking kids, go and get me some experience. How about that? The funny thing is, Pochettino comes out and says, I need some experience. I need experienced midfielder. I need experienced players. Go and get me the experienced players. But you're not doing that. You're not doing that. And this is why I get pissed off, is because we're less than 2 weeks away from playing the Dippers. And here we are sitting here still waiting. We're hearing maybe the Caicedo deal's off and that we're not going to get Caicedo. So who are we going to get? Who are we going to get, guys? Who are we going to get? All right. So let me go through this. Jamie says we are seeing patterns of play. I put that up. Sorry, apologies. Manchester's marvellous. I'm not even going to read that. Don't care about Mount, Fab Saga, Ten Hag landed him. Well, I fucking do care about it because Fabrizio Romano bullshitted. Bangers and mash waffle. I got the receipts and he knows damn well what he done. He orchestrated it beautifully for the owners to get Mason Mount out and create the hate. But that's in the past now. But the bottom line is, I take note of it. And I know that Fabrizio lied. Yeah. And he knows he lied because he came out after and he had to report the truth. After the deal's done, it's irrelevant. Washed up, bruv. You're washed up, Fabrizio. You're not welcome on here, bruv. You're not welcome. Yet literally, the fact that you lied is enough for me to go, you're a wrong un. That's it. End of. He's a wrong un. Jamie says Caicedo taken for ransom will be 100 million or nothing. All these chuckleheads had to do was pay 60 million for Ugarte, and that would have solved our DM issue. Whether Ugarte is the answer, whether he's, the experience that Pochettino needs, I'm not so sure. But I do agree, half the money, because I think you could get him for less than that, 50 odd million you could get Ugarte for. And the wages weren't astronomical. You could have got Ugarte and maybe then gone out and tried to get a Tchouameni after that. So you got two solid DMs, or you go and get a Lavia, whatever it is. Now Lavia's going to Liverpool, so we hear. You're not getting Lavia. So all you've got is Caicedo left. Go and get me Redondo. You know what I mean? If we're buying kids galore, listen, we're going to announce the two kids that we've just bought as well. Don't think I'm forgetting that one. But as we're buying more and more kids, especially from France, why don't we go to Argentina? And why don't we go and get Federico, bruv? Yeah? Why don't we go and get Federico Redondo, mate? Yeah? Absolute baller. His old man was a baller, and this kid's gravy. Let's develop him up. Let's put him with Enzo, bruv. Why not? Oh, people go, no, he's too slow. No, he ain't slow, bruv. He's not slow. He's got a football brain. He's got technical ability. He's got passing. He's got strength. He's got a good physique. He's a baller. He's mustard. Get him at Chelsea. Stop mucking around. If they love all these young kids, go and get him. Pay the 30 million for this kid. What you wasting time for? At least we'll get someone who's just looks like he oozes minerals, bro. He oozes quality, this player. So he's definitely on my list. But listen, let's have it right. Ted Lasso, Boeing Siri Merchant, they don't listen to me. Oh, mate, why would they listen to me? They know better. Oh, of course they know better. Of course they do. Yeah, of course they know better. Bruv, no Madrid baller would sign for Chelsea, clown. Listen, the problem is it's not that they won't sign for Chelsea. Yeah, they won't sign because our clown owners won't pay them the wages. If they pay the wages, then we get these players, but they're not doing that. So that's why we're not signing players. They would come to Chelsea, even without Champions League, because we're an elite fucking football club. Let's have it right. Yeah. James says we would have got Tchouameni in 2021, but Marina and her scouts screwed up and went for Sol. Then these Muppets refused to sign Rice. It's both. They were wrong, and these clowns are wrong. You see, they both had the opportunity to sign Declan Rice, and neither of them did it. So they're both to blame. Let's have it right. They both didn't listen to the gaffers, and it's cost us dearly because now we're looking to buy a player from Brighton that cost them, 4 million? And we're going to give them all that profit. It makes me sick. Why should we sponsor Brighton? Why do we keep sponsoring Brighton? What is this, man? What's his obsession with Brighton? I'll tell you why. Because we've got that carrot-eating merchant at our football club. And yet he still can't negotiate with his ex-club because he's an agent for his ex-club. And then we've got, Stuart Little, who's an agent at Monaco, bruv. We're picking players from Monaco galore. It's like, what have we done, man? What are we doing? We're trying to buy players now, like all the lesser clubs, the smaller clubs below us, that buy these players, develop them, so make money. All right, but that's not Chelsea. They're doing that at Chelsea, but you need to implement experience with that. Otherwise, you're going nowhere. Listen, let's have it right. Yeah, everyone's getting excited about the way we're playing. The gaffer, it's all on the gaffer. But you've got to understand, there's moments in games we're lost. We're out of our depth. Yeah. And in those moments, when you play the big boys, you're going to get found out. And when you get found out, you lose games. And when you lose games, you drop down the table. And it affects your confidence and all that jazz. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you know what the commentator said when I was watching the game last night? I can't remember which commentator it is. I recognise the voice, but I couldn't remember who it was. He said, well, Pochettino's got assessed. There's a lot of young players, they're going to go, they're going to stay on loan. I'm thinking, these guys ain't going on loan. These guys are staying. If you take them out of our squad, we ain't fucking got a first 11 at this rate. I mean, these guys, these commentators are saying that we're going to keep these young players or we're going to loan them. Maybe we'll loan them because they might not be ready. They've got to be ready because we've got nothing else. And this is the point I'm making. And the Gaffer knows it. And we're going to talk about what the Gaffer said. We're going to talk about what the Gaffer said. But you're not wrong, Jamie. Yeah, you are not wrong, Geezer. All right, let me just see the chat quickly. Let me have a swig first. Guys, make sure you all smash to pieces that like button. Every single one of you smash to pieces the like button. Yeah. Let me get what I want to get up, guys. All right, so let's do this. I don't know why the hell my bookmarks don't come up. Ever since he's mucked around this, what's his name? It's Elon Musk, bruv. Ever since he's mucked around with Twitter, it's just a joke, man. Social media's a joke. Well, agreement in place between Chelsea and Levi Cole's camp. It will be valid until 2029. So we know Cole will stay, and that's great news. I'm buzzing with that. We all wanted Cole to stay at Chelsea. He's going to be our future, and let him learn off Pochettino and develop in the right direction. Jim B landed it. Ted Lasso Bowley spotted on Brighton Pier with his fishing rod in hand. Let's have it right. He is. He's literally doing that. All right, so let's quickly run through the game. Our captain, let's have it right, Thiago Silva, played the ball, went out for a corner. Corner comes in, he lands it, heads it in, experience, leadership, goal, 1-0, sets the nerves down, sets the tone, allows, say, Fulham come on to us because we're 1-0 out. And then second goal, you got Chukwuemeka, who a lovely bit of intricacy, a little bit of improvisation and dribbling, took a shot, deflected, and who did we have there? We had Christo and Kunku there to tap it in home. He's deadly in the penalty box. Instinctive. I see him as a striker personally, not as a number 10. I think he'd be good as a striker, but that's down to the Gaffer. I don't know if he's creative enough to play that number 10, but he's definitely good in the box. And he likes to sort of go left and right. He doesn't give the ball away. But what are we doing here, guys? I looked on YouTube and I typed in a lot of our players, and they make compilations of these players for the small stint at Chelsea. And my these comps are stretching, bruv, with what they put in these comps. Title is he's a fucking baller, this and that, and all we got is like backward passes or losing possession or a failed fucking shot, or what are we doing here, bruv? Save the comps for when we've actually got content to create compilations with. I mean, this is so poor. The people that do it, they probably just do it for clicks. But let's have it right. There's a lot of players in our team who I'm not sort of convinced with them. I'm not convinced that they are ready to play week in, week out in the Premier League. And that goes for a lot of the players in our squad. And I can see by the way the Gaffer looks, when you look at him in the dugout, his reactions, the way he is, he knows. He knows what we need. But these clowns upstairs are not fucking listening to him. They need to listen to the Gaffer. This Gaffer's coming out. He's getting asked by that brown envelope Cancella, bruv. Oh, well, you've signed a new French defender. And he goes, well, you know more than me. Ha, ha, ha. This is a joke. It's a joke. These guys are just going out signing all these kids. And he made it very clear with his answer after, if you watch his presser, he comes out and he's like, well, we have to see. We have to see. Like, in other words, I haven't even worked with a player to know whether he's going to be loaned or whether he's going to stay. And I've got to make that decision. You don't just sign me another 17, 18-year-old and go, yeah, throw him into the first team. Here's our centre-back to replace Trev Chalobah, who you lot want to sell. Let's have it right. And the reports today is that Trev Chalobah is wanting out. He's wanting out because he knows he's not wanted at Chelsea. Again, another one being forced out. Trev Barrage has been forced out. And they'll get whatever they can get for him. These guys will never fucking change. These owners will not change, all right? And you lot have allowed them to implement this whole kindergarten FC multi-club model, and that's what we're doing at Chelsea. It is what it is. I know what it is. And I'm seeing it. And every signing we're getting is an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old. France. Go and get us some fucking experience, mate. What are we doing here? The most experience we're getting is someone who's won let's look at Kudus, for example, who's played for Ajax. He's won their domestic title there. He's won Player of the Season and all that jazz. So, yeah, you take a bit of that experience. But it's a Dutch league. What are we doing here? You're taking a Monaco player. Who's the Monaco player? These names are doing my head in, bruv. Yeah. Delassie, whatever his name is. What's his name? I'll find it. I don't know why my bookmarks ain't working. It's pissing me off. Let me get it up. All right. So this guy, Axel Disasi. So we've done documents and paperwork set to be exchanged between clubs. That's Monaco, 5-year deal. Chelsea will pay 45 million euros to Monaco. It's a lot of money. Medical booked early next week. Interest, but no bid from United or Newcastle United. So, look, they're making out like United and Newcastle are in for this player. Are they or are they not? We've signed him. I've watched him. I think more recently he's their captain, which is a good sign. He shows a bit of leadership. He's a right-sided centre-back. He's got a lovely across ball, long ball. He looks very strong. I'm sure he can deal with the Premier League. He's not bad in some tight situations. He's got a bit of shithousery about him. He's built like a tank. Let's have it right. And they're all the positives. He can get a goal here and there. But the negatives for me, if you look at Monaco conceded a lot of goals last season. Their goal difference was pretty shit, to be honest. I think they finished 6th in the league. Let me have a look. They finished 6th. Goal difference 70. Lille is 65. Rennes 69. Marseille 67. Lens 68. PSG goal difference 89. It just shows you how poor that league is. If you look at the Premier League and look at goal difference from the top to the top 5 or top 10, it's a massive difference. In fact, let's get it up so we can back the argument. Fuck's sake, man, getting taken down. Right, actually, that reminds me. I want to say something. Right? Now, I spoke to a few people, yeah, about my channel, about the platform itself, about YouTube, yeah, so have it right. And they said to me straight away, you've been shadow banned, yeah? Now, I don't know if people understand what shadow ban means, bruv, yeah? But it means people, wrongins in the game, and we all know, and they know who they are, and a lot of them are the old tier ones, let's have it right, shadow banning my channel. My channel, with the numbers that it has, with the subscribers it has, is hitting numbers that I shouldn't be hitting. All right. So we have to understand something. All right. I want to make it very clear. I don't give a shit. Yeah. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about views. All I care about is that the narratives are put out there. Now, these narratives and these true narratives that I put out are truth. It's from what I know. I ain't bullshitting. And there is opinion. There is opinion, of course. But a lot of what I say is I speak with confidence because I know what I'm talking about. Now, these things, a lot of these other platforms, a lot of other people in the game don't like it. All right. Because it doesn't go with their narratives. The bottom line is this. I've been shadow banned. I know it. YouTube knows it. The people that are reported on me know it. And it's all gravy. But don't think it bothers me. Yeah. And interference with my channel, it is what it is. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm here to enjoy myself, to talk about the club I love. And that's all I do it for. All right. And I do it because I've got a lot of supporters, a lot of people that support my channel and respect every single one of them. But listen, you can shadow ban me, you can shut me down all you like. Doesn't stop the minerals from landing. And I will continue to land it. All right. So I just wanted to address that because I was meant to do that at the start of the show. And this just reminded me I had to do it, bruv. I had to do it. And you all know. You could name him in the chat who's got me shadow banned. Now, shadow ban is when you get a certain amount of reports on your account. Now, who's got the time and day to report me? And why would they want to report me? I'm a nobody. I'm a small little channel. What are you reporting me for, bro? Yeah? What for? Why do I bother you so much? Yeah? Ask yourself. What are you doing? Where you got the time to go and fill out a report for? Like you're some fucking little screw. You know, what are we doing here? So, listen, wrong'uns will be wrong'uns. We're not wrong'uns on here. We're straight. We say it as it is. And people can continue to report me all you want. But the bottom line is, I'm still here and I will always be here. And we will move and we will land it. And we'll always land the facts. And that's what we do. So it is what it is. If you can't handle the truth, that's your problem, not mine. Yeah, I put it out. So it is what it is. So, yeah. Fuck all the shadow banners. Let's have it right. All you little screws that report. Go and get a life. And what are you worried about the Minerals FC for? So we move. Anyway, so let me move on. All right. So what I wanted to talk about, what I was talking about before we got rudely done by the brown envelope matrix is the fact that Monaco, the league their defensive record wasn't that great. I looked at a lot of their results. They conceded 4-0, 2-0, 3-0, all this jazz. So, yes, we bought a guy who's probably got great data. That's what we do. So, Axel Di Sarsi, he looks all right. Is he ready? Is he ready to play for Poch right now and play for Chelsea Football Club in the Premier League? That remains to be seen. And we'll see what happens with that. As far as the other fella goes, this other guy, bruv. Oh, man, what are we doing here? Who's a defensive midfielder, yeah? What's his name? I can't pronounce this guy, so we're going to call him Leslie, bruv. Leslie Ugo Chukwu, all right? So we're going to call him Les. Let's have it right. He's probably like 18 or something. Another 18-year-old young'un in the game. We've bought him, or he's about to sign a deal. Now they want to loan him to Strasbourg, but right now right now, there's a limit. You can only loan 3 players to the other club affiliated with Chelsea. So what are these clowns going to do now? Well, what other club? But they better buy a club quickly. They've made enough money, so go and get your other little club, and why don't you loan him there? Not give a shit about the development, but loan him at your club. No, what we doing here? What we doing here? So we've got another one who Pochettino, let's have it right, basically says, I need experience. He's not experienced. I mean, these guys are coming out of nowhere. No one can come out and tell me, oh, yeah, I've known these players and they're fantastic. They're ballers. And I've always wanted us to sign these players. Shut up. What are we doing? Yeah. Or what are you doing? You're talking nonsense. You know what I mean? It's like they're on Football Manager 24/7 or FIFA and they're looking at their stats and implementing them, making sure, oh, well, yeah, I can get some chemistry here. And this guy will link up this guy and he's French, blah, 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 and all that jazz. No. The bottom line is you didn't know about these players. Their scouts at Chelsea are basically going and finding all these young players. These young players have to prove themselves. But the bottom line is you're not listening to what Pochettino wants right now. These are great now, for the future and all that jazz. But listen, no one knows, bruv. You think most of these brown envelopes are typing out these players going, who the fuck are these players? It's here we goes galore, and we don't know who these players are. They never heard of them because they're not like established superstars or players that everyone's after. This is the concerning thing about it, bruv. Yeah, it's very concerning. I'm sick of signing. I'm hearing all these here we goes. Even Pochettino's going, oh, you guys know more than me what's coming at our football club. What are we doing? He's clearly, what did he say? I don't know why the bookmarks ain't working. It's pissing me off. But Poch came out and he said this. Oh, by the way, 22 hours ago, listen to this one. This one's a classic. Chelsea have beaten Brighton and Hove Albion to the signing of 15-year-old Ollie Harrison from Newcastle. Wow, we're copying Brighton, are we? We're up in the ante. We're trying to get there early so we don't have to pay him 100 million 2 years down the line or a year down the line. Let's have it right. What are we doing, mate? All right, Pochettino, he says, I don't know how many new signings I need, but the Gaffer, you do know. Right? He does know. Because if I say some numbers after I can create a problem. For me, it's important. The club is working really hard to try and improve all of the areas. No, you have to tell them what players you want, how many you want, so that we can actually compete and go and get top 4 comfortably or try and compete for Premier League. Not this nonsense. What you're scared of. Listen, he's not. He's already sent out a message. He knows what we need. He's already told them they're not delivering. Instead, they're delivering first-class 18-year-olds. That's what they're delivering. All right? Caicedo's 21 years old with 1 year Premier League experience for 100 million. That's not the Enzo. But the bottom line is we need more than just Caicedo. These owners think we can just buy Caicedo and, it's the answer to all our fucking prayers. Are you joking me right now? All we've got is Sterling of experience up front with a little bit of Christoph Nkunku. Let's have it right, because he's got a Champions League experience. And he's scored goals and blah, blah, blah. He's a top player, a talent, but that talent's not enough. Let's have it right. We got, who else we got? Madueke, we ain't even seen him because the guy's coming back from injury, who's got an injury record and, in my opinion, is not ready yet. Who else we got? We got Jackson, who we know nothing about. Looks good at the moment, but we know nothing about him in a long season. Broha's not back. Like, are we joking here? Like, is this the state of our squad right now? And everyone's so confident and comfortable. And you're relying on Pochettino to land all his magic 24/7. I mean, this is delusion. This is delusion. Yeah. Absolute delusion. Pochettino's got a way to play. He's got a philosophy. but they're not giving him the keys. We are so close to the start of the season, and they still haven't got us a DM. It's embarrassing. It's a joke. All right. You've allowed to just rely on Caicedo, and you don't even want to pay the 100 million, so you're not going to get him. All right. The starting 11's not even a finished article starting 11, and yet everyone's going, yeah, we're ready to get top 4. I mean, I'm sorry to break it to you, but there's no chance. Pochettino's great, granted, but you're asking him to perform miracles, and these miracles is just pure delusion at the minute. I honestly, we can go through the squad, we can go through the team, all right, and then you've got all these guys going, oh, Gusto should play, not Reece James, but we were told Reece James he's got to play every game. You know, he's going to be our captain. And now people are flip-flopping to Gusto now to start over Reece James because they think he's better. What are we doing here? I mean, look at the state of the fan base. The eye of the fan is the most dangerous game you play, Ted Lasso, Siri Merchant. The fact that you're listening to a bunch of fucking kids galore, let's have it right, all these little FIFA merchants, is worrying. It's very worrying for me that they're entertaining this. Yeah, should be entertaining this waffle. Yeah, course, we've got a DM sorted. We've got Les now. Of course, we're big up Sizzler. Les now our DM with it's just fucking embarrassing, man. It really is. It really is. Listen, you're taking the piss out of me, all right? I've exposed your kindergarten FC project, right? And you're bringing me kindergarten 24/7. And yes, Poch is getting tunes out of certain ones. But how many fucking more do we want to get at us? How many more do you want to bring in? How many more? Yeah? I watched Angelo yesterday. Angelo ain't ready. He's not ready. I think he's a nice little player, but he ain't ready. Santos has his flaws, but he's got to stay because we haven't got anything else. So he has to stay. All right? And you're putting a lot of pressure on fucking kids in the most demanding league when Pochettino needs some leaders, some generals, bruv. We're not a fucking... It's like we're a kindergarten school. That's what we are, bruv. We are. Literally. I just find it absolutely ridiculous. Yeah? And I'll prop in Nkunku, and everyone goes, oh, you're back in here, you're flip-flopping from the kindergarten. Said, no, Nkunku's not a kid. He's 25 years old, you muppets. What are we doing here? He's 25. Santos is 18. He's got a very good track record. He looks good. But you can't rely on him in the middle of the park for a whole season. You've got to give these players chances to develop, man. And that's what we're doing. We're a development club. Fucking joke, man. The Matrix got you lagging again. I can't do spaces anymore. I will do spaces, but look, let me come out and let's see. All right. So, also, Egbali, yeah, Siri Merchant was in and around the team last night. What? So you got Ted Lasso bowling, Siri Merchant. Now, with the team. And what's the excuse? We won a trophy. Listen, you fucking absolute clowns, yeah? We won a Mickey Mouse trophy. A trophy that Poch knows means fuck all, but it's great for confidence. Don't get on your high horses going, look at us. We've won a trophy, the first of many with the series, because it's the first time the series has come in, all right? Yeah? And you're propping this trophy. Oh, look, we can't be doing too bad. Look at the players we got. Listen, you fucking wrong-uns. Understand the Premier League and how relentless it is and how fucking bad it was last year, that you're just going to bring us some fucking Mickey Mouse trophy and expect us to go, oh, yeah, your work's fantastic. Let's praise you. Let's praise you. fuck off. Literally, jog on. This is a joke, man. It's a joke. Embarrassment. Yeah. Absolute embarrassment. Yeah. I told you, I propped it. It's great. Every trophy matters, granted. But what are we doing here? It doesn't warrant you going into the fucking dressing room or going to all the players, you clowns. All right. I'll tell you this now, yeah. Does even Daniel Levy fucking with the Aldi Cup? Does he go in the dressing room congratulating all the players for the Aldi Cup? What are we fucking doing here, man? What is this nonsense? Circus act. All right. Does you get the Glazers going in when Man United win a pre-season competition? What the fuck, man? Does Legohead get it? Do they get it? Does Kroenke go in there? What are we doing here, man? It's a fucking mockery. All right. Absolute idiots, these guys. They're fucking deluded. Yeah. I've got issues with them. And I've got every right to have issues with them. Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They can't wait to sell Conor Gallagher. And they can't wait to sell Trev Baresi and other two Cobham players, bruv, and cash in their pure profit, get all their pound notes in, yeah? And what are we doing, yeah? You've banked 200 million, if that, all right? You're going to add more profit to that with Gallagher and Trev Baresi. And we're scrimping and saving for a fucking DM, all right? You told us we got so much money and we're so rich and we're going to promise to spend 1.7 billion. Well, now's the time to spend the fucking money. Yeah. And then we get rumours today. Let's get it up. Yeah. Chelsea are attempted to negotiate cash plus player deal to bring Kylian Mbappe to Premier League this summer. Yeah. What are we doing? Kylian Mbappe. Do you know why they brought up Kylian Mbappe? Let's mud them for what they are, these clowns, all right? They brought up Kylian Mbappe because they brought up Robert Sanchez from fucking Brighton, that we're going to sign Robert Sanchez, the goalkeeper from Brighton. And everyone's going, what, another player from Brighton? What's your obsession with Brighton, man? It's the only fucking club that your directors know about. Toothpick, carrot eating Winstanley. That's all he fucking well knows. And it's like he can't venture out to any other clubs and go, no, let's go and buy some other players. Let's go and look at these players. No. We've got to stick at Brighton. They're the benchmark at Chelsea. Shut up, man. All right. So now you brought out this Sanchez talk, who, let's have it right, he's not even in the list of best goalkeepers in the Premier League. And do you know who's at the bottom of that list? Is Kepa. Kepa's at the bottom of the list. So what are we doing? We're saying Sanchez is worse than Kepa and he's surplus to requirements of Brighton and we're going and buying Brighton. How come Brighton want to sell him? But they don't want to sell Caicedo because they want the top money, but they'll sell Sanchez. I mean, we're getting mugged off left, right and centre from these seagull merchants. That's what we're doing. We're getting mugged off. Yeah. It's just an absolute joke, mate. Yeah. Mbappe, that Ted Lasso-Bowley's trying to construct some deal. You're constructing fuck all, mate. Yeah. You think Mbappe's going to come to Chelsea, all right, for less than $1 million a week, all right, on wages, which you're not going to pay, for image rights that you're not going to get anything off for 1 year, for one season, with no Champions League, and this guy wants to play Champions League, or maybe because PSG don't want him to go to Champions League club on loan. Maybe that's where you think you're going to go get in there. But let's have it right. These lot ain't getting Mbappe. What makes you think we can get Mbappe when we can't even pay 100 million for Caicedo? I mean, are we that stupid? Are people that stupid to think that? Or hold on a minute. Let's forget the DM. We brought our young DM. Yeah, don't worry about that. We've got Leslie coming in, or whatever his name is. Yeah, we'll bring him in. He'll do us for the season, and we'll put all our whole budget into Mbappe up front when we need midfielders. You know, and by the way, we're going to sell Conor Gallagher. This is the strategy. This is the planning. I mean, this is just a joke, man. Yeah, if you get Mbappe, fantastic. I'm all for it. That's the levels we should be looking at. What's the sort of level of player we should be looking at. The reality is, it's not happening. It's just not happening. Really. Absolutely surprised. I'll be shocked. And like I said, I'll do 10 pints of Singer beer live on stream if we sign Mbappe, bruv. Yeah, I will do that. 10 pints for you lot. I'll have to buy that shit. It's horrible. Tastes like crap. Yeah, it's like acid. So it is what it is. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Mbappe, yeah. Mbappe, bruv. Oh, man, what are we doing here? So Robert Sanchez has agreed to join Chelsea. That's the breaking news, yeah? That's the breaking news. Trev Chalobah is ready to leave Chelsea after a deal was agreed for Axel Disasi. Chelsea have set an asking price of 45 million. They've accepted. They want 45 million for Trev and they want 50 million for Gallagher, but yet they don't value the players that are our football club, but they value them at 45, 50 million because those prices are what they're fucking paying for all these kids that we're buying in. And these two players have got experience, the experience that Pochettino's crying out for, that he would like to keep at our football club. I mean, this is a circus, mate. Yeah. That's what they are. That's what they are, mate. Let's have it right. Cobham is pointless to Todd. He buys Brighton talent. I mean, you might as well buy Brighton's academy. Fuck it. Go and buy their scouting department, their entire scouting department. Maybe you're better off doing that. Saves you all the bother with Paul Toothpick, carrot eating merchant Winstanley, bruv, who doesn't call any shots anyway. He's just waiting there, sitting there, waiting with his teeth to eat carrots. You know, he wants to be fed carrots. Good little Winstanley. Well done. Good little Winstanley. We're getting the supporters to get on your ass, so they're not on our asses. You know, that's the whole game. Yeah, it's called media manipulation. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, at Chelsea. Yeah. It's just embarrassing, bruv. Make sure you smash the like buttons. 45 million for Trev. Definitely not. I love Trev bits, but you need to be real. No one is paying. No one's going to pay 45 million for Trev. Italian clubs haven't got tuppence to rub or put down. And the breaking news has come out that Juventus want Lukaku, the cement-booted rat. Please take him. Take him. Please, sir. Take him. Ciao bello. Cement booted rat. Here we go to Juventus and give us Vahailovic. I'll take that all day long, but the bottom line is, what happened? Chelsea turned down Vahailovic. Why? What's Vahailovic's wages, guys? What is he demanding? What's his agent demanding? Does anyone know what the wages Vahailovic is on right now? Let me know in the chat if you do know what wages he's on. If anyone can find it out. I haven't done my homework on that. I'm not going to do homework on players that are very unlikely to come to Chelsea, but it would be interesting to know what wage structure Vahailovic is on already. Yeah, exactly, Steve. Chalobah's got more experience than Caicedo. What are we doing? Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, 100k less than Lukaku. Yeah, but Lukaku's on 440 grand. She's telling me he's on 300 grand. Are you telling me Vahailovic is on 300 grand at Juventus? Or are you saying to me 200 grand because you think Lukaku's on 300 grand? Because he's not on 300 grand. So what are we saying? He's on 200 or 300? He's on 200, big up cursor. It says 214k a week, right? Now, if he moves club, he's going to want more than that. There is no way these owners are paying those wages. No way. I don't see it. Yeah? I don't see it. So is that deal likely going to happen? What happens to Jackson if that does happen? So what? Jackson doesn't get a run now because we've got Vahailovic? Listen, I don't like the way these owners are moving. Yeah, it's all, like I say, scattergun. All they're putting all their energy and attention into, and their main focus is buying all these young talents from different continents. But when it comes to actually bringing proper experience, we ain't getting it, and the Gaffer needs it. And that's my issue with these clowns upstairs, is that they're not doing what the Gaffer wants, and they're not listening to the Gaffer. And people go, oh, what? Listen to Pochettino like we did with Tuchel or like we did with Potter. Potter and Tuchel never made those signings. Those clowns made the signings. The sooner you fucking melts and you muppets out there understand that the ones that call the shots is Ted Lasso and Siri Merchant. They're the ones that buy these players and choose who has to say on these players. They get presented certain players, young players. But when it comes, if you listen to the Siri Merchant come out, and what does he say? We're not looking at buying experienced older players on high wages. We want young players on low wages. So that eliminates all your experience. So when you get linked to Vihailoviches, who's on 200 plus grand a week, who's going to want more money, or you're linked to a Shermani, yeah, you're not going to pay the wages. You're restricted. So therefore, we're not going to get these players. We're not getting them. And up to this point, I've been proven right. We haven't bought. Who? Tell me. Who, apart from Nkunku, who have we bought? Who have we bought on Nkunku level? Name me in the chat. Who the fuck have we bought? I'm looking at a lot of these players and I'm not convinced we're ready to compete. And that's the fact. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But what I will say, I'm going to give Lewis Hall his props yesterday. I thought he was class. They better not fucking sell him. Yeah, let's have it right. And they probably won't because he's on low wages, on nothing. Santos, we know we're going to keep. Maatsen, we know we're going to keep. Humphreys, I don't know. We might need to keep him because, you know, we're short now because of Fofana, especially when you're selling Trev as well. The midfield is the biggest worry for me. If we don't get 2 DMs, we're fucked. All right. And we need top draw. All right. Enzo's not enough. Enzo's not enough in the middle. And that's a fact. I look at the right side of our attack and I'm just not convinced. I'm just not convinced. I don't think Angelo is ready. I saw yesterday against Fulham. Gave the ball away a lot. I know whether he was on for much time, whatever, but I just listen. You need someone. You need that Kudus up top on the right wing, maybe, and that gives a little bit more balance. We can get away with that, but I want to see the deals, bruv. Question for the chat. Enzo cost us over 100 million. I expect him to be a Modric-like talent. Is that realistic? Yes, it fucking should be realistic. I think, listen, people forget when you buy players from the World Cup or that win a World Cup, there is a tax on that. Not only on the price tag, but obviously what your expectations are. And that's not translatable to domestic leagues. It's not guaranteed. It's not certain. Not certainly. All right. Look at James Rodriguez. Guy scored a worldie in the World Cup, good tournament, etc., etc. And he's just been a flop, an absolute flop. And he went for quite big money, I believe. So, I don't know, mate. Like, Enzo, I like him a lot, but he's got to live up to the price tag. He's got to deliver. I know that the Gaffer likes him and he's going to build around him because that's their player. Listen, all these players that these clowns are buying is their image. All right, that's what they're doing. They're getting rid of anything that was Roman. If you look at Maatsen, wasn't here. Colwell wasn't here. Lewis Hall was a little bit, but no, it was under the sanctions, wasn't it? Who else? Who else we brought through? That's it. They're the ones that haven't really been under Roman, and they're with Chelsea right now. All the others were selling. Trev Baresi, Gallagher. They're all going to go. They'll probably sell Broha. They'll probably sell him. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Listen, I told you lot months ago we were going to sell the majority of the players that we have sold, and we've sold them. And we're on the verge to selling the others I mentioned. Yeah. They're buying this other guy, Wahi, from Montpellier, but they can't loan him to Strasbourg yet. Here it is. We're looking at Robert Sanchez, all right? And look at the list there. He's not even on the fucking list. He's not even on the list. And we're buying this guy. So what? He's worse than Kepa. The only world-class player we have is Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is the only world-class player who's done it. Everyone else has got potential, experience, baller, not world-class. Kante was world-class. We don't have Kante anymore. We had Rudiger, world-class form. Still counts, but he had the form. Mason Mount, world-class. Reece James, you can say on his day, yeah, he's world-class. But I don't put him to the level of Thiago Silva. I put them as world-class talents. So this is it. This is what Poch has to deal with now. Poch has to deal with these young players and developing the players, but he wants some generals in midfield. And until our midfield is sorted out, I'm very worried. I'm very, very worried. Caicedo, last night, last couple of games, I like him. He does got a bit of a Balak about him, you know. But again, I don't think he's ready at this level. I keep him in the squad, but I can't rely on them, is what I'm saying, week in, week out. And it's unfair on Pochettino to have to rely on such young players because they will make mistakes. They will get caught out. And it's damaging to these players. That's why you send them on loan. You give them development. Yes, there's that argument if they're good enough, they're old enough. Maybe Santos might be that exception. Listen, for me, Sterling, everyone's going to feed agenda on Sterling. For me, Sterling's our most experienced up front. I mean, he's won the Premier League countless times. He's been pivotal in them winning the Premier League. He scores goals. He's fantastic in systems. Pochettino will utilise Sterling. If you sell Sterling, we're fucked, bruv. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is another thing that winds me up. All right. Arsenal plotting for this guy. I call him Ketchup because I can't pronounce that mouthful of a surname. All right. That Napoli left-sided player or whatever he's number 10. That's the fucking levels we should be. We should be going in and buying a player like that. Why are we not buying this player? We should be signing this player. Baller. Won the Serie A. Young or good age. How old is he? He's under 25, surely. Yeah? This is the sort of calibre of player I'll be looking at. Why are we not signing this player? Go and get me Shermani. Go and get me that player. Go and get me Kudus. Go and get me Mbappe. Yeah? Now we're talking. Now that's intent. That's a bit more about us. That's a bit more. Come on, we're bringing experience and winners into the mix. You know, ones that have won their domestic titles. Kudus won his domestic title. Ketchup fella, he's won his domestic title from Napoli. Yeah, you're bringing Mbappe. Goes without saying what that guy's all about. All right, Shermani, another one. Trophies. These are the players. And you can go and get a Caicedo as well. Or if you think, no, 100 million, we'll go and get Shermani instead and we'll pay the money there, scare Brighton, because no one's going to pay 100 million for Caicedo. They might knock down their price, but these lot of thickos, they're stupid. They don't know how to don't know how the game works. They're getting mugged off because everyone knows we need a DM. Go out and test the waters with Shermani and go and pay the money and pay fucking wages, man. Up your wages. If you don't up your wages, you're not going to sign any of these great little players that I'm talking about. And these guys ain't even like the finished article players. There's still potential, but they've actually delivered at their clubs that they've been at and won things. And we need some more winners in our team. The more winners you have, the better it is for Poch, because already it sets the bar. So these players come into the training. They've won the domestic leagues. They want to win with Chelsea. You know, it's not enough. We haven't got enough winners in there. We need winners in there. It's what you need. And you've got rid of all our winning players that have won trophies for us. You've already gutted them out, but you're not replaced them with like for like, or better, you replace them with lesser, no experience, no winning trophies, yeah, and just potential and data. I mean, it's just nonsense. Fucking nonsense, bro. What are we doing here, man? Guys, smash the piece of the like button. Let me know what likes we're on. Let's not get slack. Don't get slack, mate. Mauricio Pochettino, Reece James, and Thiago Silva lifting the trophy. No, it was my decision. No, it was not my decision. It's because Thiago was captain in the first half and Reece in the second. They have option to be captain. What do you mean they have option to be captain? It should be the Gaffer has the option to select them for captaincy. It's the Gaffer's call who he makes fucking captain, not the players. The players don't just turn up and go, yeah, I'm going to lift the trophy as captain. It's the Gaffer that has to give that message and send the tone. I want more authority like that as well. I want him to be more vocal with the owners, and I think he is being vocal. He's saying, "I need experience. You're not giving me experience." Oh, I don't want to say too much what I want because then I'll cause a problem. Fuck off. Cause the problem, Gaffer. Make all the supporters understand that we understand, and we're here to back the Gaffer and back you. So let us know what you need, right? And we know what you need. We're all addressing what you need. But in more detail, you know the specific players that you want. So go and get these players and order them to pay the money. Guys, 122 likes. Piss poor, guys. We've got over 200 of you in here live. Smash the piece of the like button. Yeah? Hit the like button. Now it wants to come up. Pochettino says he's open to signing a new central defender amid the Axel Disasi news. He also told me Leslie Ugochukwu will go on loan regardless of whether he joins up in pre-season tomorrow or not. Love that. So he's a loan player. Maybe these owners have got a different idea and they want him to stay at Chelsea if they can't loan him at Strasbourg. Maurizio Pochettino likes Conor Gallagher and has been very impressed by him, but the Chelsea board has a slightly different perspective and would be prepared to sell him for the right price. This is the shit I don't like. All right? If the Gaffer likes a player and wants to keep a player, then you do what that Gaffer wants. But the problem is, I don't think that they're doing what Pochettino wants, and Pochettino's not getting that full backing. It's clear as day to me. Clear as day. I don't think he's going to get that back in. I don't think Poch will last more than a season at this rate. If he doesn't get what he needs, and I mean that experience that he generally needs, you watch. Agendas won't come on the owners. They never do. People are too pussy. The agendas will come on Pochettino and players. We've seen agendas started on Cucurella, Chilwell, what's his name, Sterling. They will feed the agendas. There's even agendas on Gallagher, Trev Baresi. And funny enough, all the ones that their agendas, most of those I've mentioned, these owners are trying to sell. Interesting that. goes with the same narrative as all the other players we sold, doesn't it? I wonder why. So yeah, I think Poch will get rattled personally, and when he gets rattled, he's a quite a fiery character. He'll fall out, and they'll probably end up sacking him, bruv. They'll probably end up having to sack him, and then they'll feed the agenda using the brown envelopes to put all the pressure on Pochettino. And a lot of the supporters that didn't want him because he's ex-Spursy will turn, like I did say and I predicted earlier on. They will turn, and the heat will be on Poch, and it's not going to be his fault. And this is the thing: it's not the Gaffer's fault. It wasn't even Jellyfish Potter's fault. He had the NDA, and he was just a yes man. It wasn't Tommy T's fault either. It's all the owner's fault. And this is my point: is that you lot are propping the owners and backing these owners when they're the fucking problem. And you can see what Pochettino's doing without his identity yet, with a bunch of kids, and he's landing it. He's delivering because he's top quality, but that's not enough to get him a trophy or to go all the way to the top and get top four and compete. It's just not realistic. And Poch knows it. He knows the Premier League. He knows how ruthless it is, relentless it is. So if they're avoiding to actually pay attention and give him what he wants, it's a give and take relationship. He understands you want to bring in all these young crop of players, these young talents, etc., for the multi-club project. But at the same time, you need a balance of experience. If you don't do that, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, what you do, what you say, what you think, it's not going to work. All right? People are getting overexcited and over optimistic by a pre-season. Wait till the season starts. I'm all about being positive and I back my Gaffer and I back my players and all that jazz. That goes without saying. But you have to be realistic as well and understand that we know football enough. We know from experience what it takes to win, what it takes to compete at the highest level. And this squad and this team is nowhere fucking near it. I don't care what you say, especially without DMs. You know? Facts. People don't like the truth. All right. So he goes, I don't disagree, Johnny, but how the hell does he and his agent not know the owner's model agenda before he agrees on a contract? Right. It goes like this. He gave that horrible yes man tax by agreeing with the owners. He will come in July, and before July, their agenda, their motive was to make as much money to balance financial fair play and lose players more than likely, or from what I know, Pochettino did want, never spoke to, but wanted players. And there were some players on that list he wanted, but he already agreed, all right, fine. I'll come in and I trust the owners, like he said in the presser, when I come into the squad, and I will assess the squad, etc. And we will compete, and I want to win, blah blah blah, and all that PR shit. All right, but there's one thing called pitching. You see, if you listen to Pochettino's presser, he says, "Hold on a minute, how shall I dress for you? Like, am I here to convince you to want me, or are you here to convince me to want me?" And it's very clever what he said, because the way I look at it is the owners having to convince Poch to join them. Reverse psychology. And they've made promises to the Gaffer. And I think those promises that they've made, he's realizing now they're not committing to these promises, and they're breaking promises, because all he's getting is the project, which he's aware of, but that project shouldn't be solely for Chelsea. It should be for outside Chelsea, Strasbourg's and all these other clubs. That's where Pochettino will lose his head and he will not accept it to a point, especially when he knows it could cost him in the Premier League of achieving to get top 4. He can clearly see what he's identified what needs sorting out. And right now, we all know, and we've known for God knows how long, we need that defensive midfielder. We need that Minerals general in the midfield to sit there, unlock our players, unlock our attack, help us in transitions, help us defensively. We need that player. And we still haven't got that player. And we're relying on, at this current moment, we're relying on an 18-year-old Brazilian named Andre Santos to play that role, which it looks to me that Poch is playing him and starting him and giving him a lot of minutes because I think he sees him as the best fit to play number 6. But everyone in Brazil and anyone that analyses Brazilian football and Andre Santos specifically will tell you that Andre Santos is not a number 6. He's a box to box. He likes to get forward. He likes to get a goal. He likes to get stuck in. He likes to be involved in transitions, but he's not a number 6. So you are sort of like restricting Santos, another player, like you restrict Enzo Fernandez, playing him as a 6. He's not a 6. So we need to get the right profile player in that position so that it can unlock a Santos if you don't play an Enzo, for example, or you play Enzo with this player. Do you know what I mean? So then we got a bit more of a balance, but it's still not enough. The way I look at it, Pochettino needs at least 2 defenders. He needs at least 1 defender right now because he said it goes out saying with Fofana out for the whole season. But he wants to keep Trev, but they're looking to lose Trev and bring in Axel in, all right? And you're back to square one. You still need another centre-back, all right? So you need one more centre-back other than Axel, all right? He wants 2 midfielders, ideally 2 DMs of experience, all right? And he wants a right winger. He's crying out for a right winger. I mean, mate, that's 4 players. We're playing Liverpool in, 13 days? And you need 4 players. And he wants some sort of experience in there. That's what I'm worried about that. I'm personally worried about that. Get your business done early. Know what you're doing. Mate, it's a circus behind the scenes. And I know it. So at the end of the day, I expect everything that's happening right now. I expect it. Look at Dembele. Dembele's going to, is it PSG, guys? Dembele's going to PSG. He's leaving Barcelona. Barcelona are interested in Mbappe. Go and get me Redondo, you clowns. Go and get me Redondo and go and get me a Tchouaméni. Get me Redondo and a Caicedo. Get me a Redondo. Yeah? Throw him in right now. Kid's a baller. Let him adjust. Fuck it. Like we're playing kids, we might as well add more to the list. The bottom line is the Gaffer needs 4 players. He needs 4 players. Yeah. On the left-hand side, you've got Sterling who can play on the left. He prefers the left, but you've got Mudryk. So that means you're going to play Sterling on the right. If you buy Kudos, where does Sterling play? He's not a false 9. You've got Nkunku, who's a number 10, they say, who, in my opinion, could play number 9. So you've got Mudryk, Nkunku, Kudos. If Mudryk doesn't play, you play Sterling on the left. No, Marcus, bruv. Redondo, that's his old man. I'm talking about Federico Redondo, his son, bruv. His son. So, a DM, and we're still waiting. Get me a DM. No shit, he looks good, bruv. He's a baller. What are we talking about? He's a baller. Now, listen, Jackson, like I said, timing of runs, very good. Movement is good. Finishing looks decent. He looks hungry. He's confident. Fantastic. Ticks all the boxes. Now go against Van Dijk. Now go against those goons defenders. go against Manchester City and prove it at that level? Is he going to do it? Can he do it? I don't doubt he can't. I don't doubt that he can. I don't know. It's all question marks with a lot of players in our team. But what I do like is the way we're playing as a unit a little bit. I can see that. That's the only thing that gives me some sort of optimism, some faith about it. Yeah, I agree. Jackson Mudryk link up is looking good. We're not going to dismiss that. Guys, smash to pieces that like button. Likes are poor, guys. It really does help the channel. We're shadow banned, so let's push the likes up, guys. Mickey Minerals says Jackson's got the minerals. Oh, he looks like he's got minerals there. He's got minerals there. I like Nkunku, but that's what experience of some sort of level gives you with Nkunku. You gain that. That's what I like, but we need more of it. I like the fact that he's instinctive. He's got a good touch, doesn't give the ball away too much. But this is a great point, Steve Norfolk. Great point. And this is exactly what I've been stressing. Is it's not fair on the kids, all right, with potential who need development, all right, to put them without any leaders and experience by them, because they need leadership and experience to raise their game. I keep saying it, and I hate repeating myself, but it's the proven blueprint, and blueprints are blue, bruv, like Chelsea. So let's act accordingly. All right, get the clowns to act accordingly and understand what a blueprint means and what's effective, and then it works. And experience with potential, with youth works. Not just youth, not just potential. But yeah, Nkunku looks real deal, bruv. I like him. But it's not enough. It's not enough. I look at our team and I just I look at it in every department and I think to myself, we're missing players. We're missing that level. We're missing that levels. Yeah. That's facts, Mickey Drive Boy, and that's facts. Man United won the league with kids. They had a core of older players too. This is the point. Now, if we had 3 players of experience, the way Poch is playing, getting them to play with the kids' hunger, aggression, determination, belief, etc., and you keep winning games, you build momentum, we could be onto some great things. And I accept that. And that's the way I want us to go, the direction I want us to go, because we're forced with this youth project. All right. But until you make those experience signings, we're not going to have that. And they've got rid of young players with experience and that have won at a football club, which tells me they're fucking clueless, which I know. Levy Colwill will earn over 100 grand a week. Peanuts in the game. That's peanuts in the game. Because he's probably on like 30 grand a week now currently. Big up, young brother there. Great point out. Redondo contract up in December 2024. I just checked, and yet these clowns won't go and get him at a cut price. This is what I'm saying, man. Listen, go and sign Redondo. What an exciting talent this guy is. All right. And I am fully behind this kid. I think he's a baller. We should be going to signing Redondo. And the fact he's got less than a year on his contract. Does Caicedo count as an experienced player to you, Johnny? No Champions League experience, no European experience. He's only got 1 year Premier League experience, but not at a high level, at Brighton level. And the way that they play and the fact, let's have it right, he's got Billy Gilmore in that midfield who pulls the strings is what sets free a Caicedo like in that sense where he's a lot more open to just do what a Kante does. Why don't we go and buy Billy Gilmore back? Let's buy Billy Gilmore back. I'd love to have Billy Gilmore back. You know, the kid is a baller. He orchestrates things. We need him. Billy Gilmore was scouted by Barcelona before Chelsea bought him from Rangers. All right. Barcelona were after him, but they found out that Chelsea were already ahead in the deal, so they never went for him. But they identified Billy Gilmore as one of the very few British players with the attributes that they have as a criteria at Barcelona's academy. And yet we've just sold this player for 9 million. And he's balling. He's balling. Gary, big up Gary Milbury. He says Chelsea have reached an agreement in place with Juventus for Dusan Vlahovic in exchange of the cement booted Romelu Lukaku plus 20 million fee. Lukaku has agreed personal terms with Juve on a 3-year deal. Both parties will continue to negotiate to reach full agreement in the next days. Is this true though? Who's the one that who's the sauce? Who's the sauce? Because we've got a lot of ketchup and curry, sweet and sour, barbecue sauce sachets flying about. You could probably get Redondo for 10 million. 4 million on transfer market with a year left on his deal. You aren't paying more than 20 million. Absolute tops. I mean, this is what we should be doing. Top skills. Yeah. I mean, he's a hit and miss, that one. He's a hit and miss. He's been going on about Caicedo deal that it's all done and all this jazz. He's in the mud. The only thing that he got more sniff on was, I think, Enzo. He jumped on it on the second stint a bit early. But apart from that, he's not really got everything right. I'd get Billy Gilmore back, actually, guys. Let me know in the chat what you think. I'd get Billy Gilmore back in our midfield. I think it'd be a great addition with Enzo. That'd be a lovely three in the middle. Gilmore, Caicedo and Enzo, or you put Redondo in there. Let me see if you're saying Fabrizio tweeted it, the kingpin himself, yeah. I mean, what little wrong-uns. I mean, look, people go, agenda merchants, Carl Will and all these players. Trev's getting sold. Levi Colwell, Broha, Reece James, all signed contracts, but not Mason Mount. It's hilarious because Reece James signed his contract when Tuchel was in charge. Otherwise, he ain't signing it. That's a fact. All right. And then Levi Colwell's upped his wages from whatever he's on, 20 grand or 30 grand to 100 grand a week on a 5-year deal. Broha, again, was going to go West Ham and they improved the offer, but not massive wages. Trev Chalobah's not even on big wages, but yet Mason Mount's the most senior player and didn't get what Reece James was getting, you fucking waffle merchant, bruv. Absolute waffle merchants. It's just pure agenda. Don't let it go, the wrong uns. All right, so all right, let me address this Zowar, yeah, saying I'm a walking contradiction. You say Caicedo isn't experienced in the CL. Well, he's not. That's a fact. I'm not saying anything wrong, am I? He's got 1 year experience in the Premier League. That's it. All right. But advocate for a 20-year-old Redondo. What experience does Redondo have to be starting matches by your logic? Well, what fucking experience does Santos, Angelo, who else do you want to bring up? Axel, who else? All these other young players that we're buying, what experience have they got in the Premier League? They don't. Some of them haven't even got Champions League experience. So what are we doing here? The bottom line is Redondo is nowhere near the price of Caicedo. He's a small fraction of price, and you're buying an absolute baller. And that's the talent we should be looking at. But yeah, Shane's right. Listen before you speak. Johnny, opinion on Kudos to Chelsea? Yeah, I like him. I've watched him. Like I say, he's won something. He's been there, probably one of their best players. He's won player of the season. He's got trickery. He can play left wing, right wing, 10. They say striker as well. So he's versatile. He's quite well built, I guess. He's got pace. He's got dribbling. And he's got a shot on him. I like him. So yeah, I'm down for him for the right price. I'm down for him. Axel is a bouncer on the weekends, bruv. He's built like an absolute brick shithouse, isn't he, Axel? Love that. Listen, and Caicedo and his agent. Let's shine some light on that. They're crying, oh, you're not letting me go, and you won't put transfer requests, you're not letting me go. Well, why'd you sign a fucking 4+1 deal, you idiots? Yeah? If you had no intention of staying, all right, and you wanted to come to Chelsea, knowing that Chelsea are going to come back for you in the summer, what are you signing a 4+1? It's like a Harry Kill merchant job. You know, Harry Kane's crying he can't get out of Spurs when he signed a fucking 8-year deal because of his brother, his agent. You know, it goes both ways. You're happy to sign the deal and get the money, and then when a new deal comes from another club for more money, it's just like, what a surprise! No, it's not. You signed 4+1, and they'll activate the +1, and that's why they demand 100 million. That's why you won't be able to leave the Seagull merchants, bro. You know. So it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. Chelsea Eric says, Billy, yes, all day long. I love Billy Gilmore. Should never have got rid of him. Wicked little player. Baller. I mean, that's it really. There's not much happening at the minute. I'm just seeing the top skills fella. We know Lukaku, he's like, he's got no loyalty in the game, this guy, and he'll go to Juventus when he's apparently only wants to stay at Inter Milan. He's just an absolute mercenary, this guy. I can't wait. That's when you do a celebration when he fucking well leaves because he's a rat. But yeah, wrong-uns think other way. They don't think straight, do they? Vihalovic, I don't know. I'm not like overwhelmed by him, and I think I don't know. I think maybe Poch will get a tune out of him. We might be surprised, but he does scored some good goals. I need to look into him. I don't know what his stats are like last season. Yeah, I know Levy Cole will be paid 100 grand a week. It's peanuts. Peanuts in this game. Listen, it goes, and like I say, these players are signing all these low wages right now, but in 2 years' time, and they feel like they're performing, and they got interest from other clubs, and these other clubs offer higher wages. All right, it forces Chelsea to have to renegotiate on those contracts and pay them more wages. What are these owners going to do? Are they going to pay the wages or match what the other clubs are offering them? This is the test, and I don't think they will. They want to keep at that wage structure and they don't want to go above it, and that's the going rate. I think what Vahalilovic gives you is more experience, obviously, but he's quite a handful. I'd say that he's physical. I think he could do well in the Premier League. And it might just be good to have Jackson and Vahalilovic compete with each other. But, you know, like I say, when you bring in players, you block development of other players, and that's why you have a loaning system. Maybe Poch is thinking Jackson isn't ready to start. Maybe he's shown that he's done well in games, but he didn't start him. He didn't start him yesterday's game. He brought him on the second half, didn't he? 61 goals for Vahalovic in Serie A. It's not bad. How many seasons though? Is that 3 seasons he's been in Serie A? No, he's been in there longer, probably, isn't he? He used to play for Fiorentina. Played Fiorentina. So I remember Arsenal were twerking for him. All the Arsenal supporters were trying to get Vahalovic, weren't they? So 5 seasons, geezer. 5 seasons, 61 goals. It's not great. It's not great, mate. Nick Smith's landing the minerals in the chat. We know that. He always does. Well, guys, big up every single one of you. Make sure you smash the piece the like button. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Big up to all my members, or become a member of the Minerals FC, which is pinned at the top live chat and down below. And make sure you do put your comments down below at the end of the show, guys. Respect every single one of you. And we'll do another show maybe tomorrow, guys. We'll see how we go. Yeah. Listen, Lukaku is a joke. Get him off the books. But Vahalovic is better than Lukaku. He's more experienced than Jackson. But again, it's not like an exciting that makes you get excited. You know, makes you go, wow, yeah, we're adding Vahalovic. We're going to go for top 4. We're landing it. Doesn't really do it for me. I think it's just like a cop out route to get Lukaku off the books, because these Italian clubs don't have money. So we'll see. It is what it is. But big up to all you guys, man. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. And put your comments down below. I will be back again, as always. And like I say, let's see what opens up in the next hours, days. What signings we're going to bring in and how we're going to back the Gaffer, because this Gaffer needs to be backed. And right now, he's not been backed, in my opinion. So let's see what happens, guys. But respect every single one of you. I hope you all have a good evening and all that jazz. Make sure tomorrow's a great day. Stay positive. And big up to all my Minerals FC Ultras in the chat. Big up to everyone watching. And do hit that like button. Do not stop to hit that like button. And make sure comments. Comments are key. Likes are key, guys. All right. Big up to every single one of you. Love to every single one of you. Respect. And as always, up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Let's go. And let's have it right. We see things they'll never see. How can I forget that, man? And shout out Chelsea old boys and all the Minerals generals, bruv. We see things they'll never see. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC, we move.